Welcome to Cool Outdoors. Today we're doing our holes class. Okay, a hole is a deep impression in a place. It's kind of the reverse of an underwater island or hump. It just goes down and comes back up. Over here. How you guys doing? I just want to show you how to find a hole on a topographical map real fast. In order to find a hole on a topographical map, just pick a lake and start looking over it and see how this area over here, this is all 5 feet deep here. Right here is a good example of a hole. It drops down to 9 foot of water all of a sudden. This would be great, especially if you have lily pads here or any of those other structures on top of that. That could be a dynamite place. Being able to find it using a topographical map is awesome. If you don't already own one of these Sportsman's Collections topographical maps, there's a link in my description to it. Look for your state and your region. I'm sure it's there. It's a great product. Pick one up. Make sure you use my link because it helps support my channel. Holes can be an excellent place to find bass and pike, bluegill, any fish that is looking for shelter in a weed bed. If you can find a hole underneath lily pads or even along the cattails or even back up in the reeds, it can be an explosive spot to find big fish all day long. But let's talk about holes in the rivers. You ever seen the show Rivers Monsters and ever wonder how he can find these huge catfish and other predator fish that he is looking for? A lot of times what he has done, he has located the deepest hole in the location this fish is supposed to be in. Catfish and other fish that a lot of the fish he caught are nothing but bottom feeding fish. And bottom feeders love the deepest hole because that is where gravity will take this food down there, and it has a hard time getting out. That fish can sit down there and grow as big as it wants. So if you have a catfishing and you're using a line and rod, you figure out where the deepest hole is in the river and fish it. The deepest hole in that area probably is going to hold the fish. And if you can cast your line and let it float in there, it's going to be a great place to try. But let's talk about pike and bass. They use that hole and they'll relate to that hole. A lot of times they will live in that hole and they'll run out about 150, 200 yards on either side and going back to the hole for shelter. Knowing that, we can punch through and get down to into there, and we can fish around those holes, and we do a great job catching them. Some of the methods I love doing over them is I'll take a frog, or I'll take sometimes even a buzzbait, depending on what's on top, and go through there. You go over the top, and you'll get strikes on it because a lot of times the bass will relay just underneath the water, about midway between the bottom and there. And a little bit of frog action can irritate that bass enough that it will come through and strike with all the force it possibly can. Another way you can fish for these is by flipping or pitching a jig and letting it fall to the bottom and just vertically jigging on its hole. That works great. You can also drop shot. Any of these techniques works great. Remember, but you also need to remember that you need to keep your boat in the proper position. Keeping your boat as far away as you can where you don't disturb the hole. If you drive over that hole, there's a good chance you're going to scare that fish down as deep as it'll go and it will not bite. I hope this has been a good hole class. There's not a lot to a hole. So, until next time, I am your host of Cool Outdoors, Derek Cole. Please subscribe, like, and share my videos. Thank you for sharing. I am your host, Derek Cole. Later!